So GDAX, as it was formerly known, is Coinbase Pro, and they're getting rid of Coinbase Pro in favor of a new trading desk. They're sunsetting the old platform. Why? Basically because they want customers to have the ability and knowledge of a lower fee trading desk that they already have integrated within the firm. It's actually a pretty smart move from my perspective. I did see some pushback on Twitter yesterday, people saying Coinbase Pro is a great product. Why would you sunset this? This is another mistake that Coinbase is making in a long list over the last 6 months. I actually totally disagree with this. I think this makes sense. Coinbase, the simple product that most people onboard to, is expensive. The fees are really, really high. And there's Coinbase Pro, which is actually incredibly cheap. It's one of the best exchanges out there. Most people just don't know about it, and it's free to log into. It's free to use. It's just that they had two different products operating in two different ways. And now they're basically putting those two products together, which in my mind's eye is just them saying, hey, we want to better our customers' experience. So a little round of applause to Coinbase on my end. I want to get Wendy's perspective on this, though, as a trader. Do you have any inklings or thoughts about why they did this? And then what's your perspective on them sunsetting Coinbase Pro?
So my current perspective on this is a very, very smart marketing tactic, and it's a smart business tactic. And the reason why is most people that are in crypto, especially the brand new folks, they're not traders. They're not traders any way, shape, or form. And I see this is because a lot of brand new people are on TikTok, and I pay attention to my mentions. So what they're doing is they're consolidating, which is good, and it's making it less confusing for brand new people that are getting into the market. And Coinbase probably wants to capitalize on that market share because they're probably going to get a lot more revenue from that particular market share than they would from people that are actually trading. That's my personal opinion. I think it's smart. Unless they wanted to kind of target traders, which it seems like they don't want to target traders, they're probably making a lot more money from retail than they are the actual traders. And there's platforms that are kind of more well-versed for traders, in my opinion, that they're probably using. And maybe they saw a decrease in actual traders using that instead of, the other products they have. I will tell you, when I do trade, I'm not using Coinbase for trading. It's more of like flipping altcoins and having fast access on my phone. And they just want to capitalize on that market share, in my personal opinion, which I think is smart.
Wendy, I had questions for you, but you kind of just answered them. So this platform is very similar to Coinbase Pro. The only difference is there are lower fees and it's more accessible. And my question was, are they trying to kind of target a kind of beginner trader? But that's not the case here, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, I think that it's a smart business move in my opinion. I mean, you're going to get a lot more. You're going to get a lot. This is the thing. When we first see people that are getting into crypto, they look at all these apps and they see a chart and it gets really scary because they're like, what the heck is this? And it's kind of a deterrent for brand new investors in some point, because you have to remember, a lot of these people don't have TradFi education. They don't know too much about personal finance. They don't know about trading. The only thing that they know is I buy a stock, or I put money into my employer takes money out of my paycheck, puts it to a 401k, and then I get to retire on this. So they have the diamond hand strategy. We want to, get rich by buying and holding. That's the mindset. Most of my audience, they're buying altcoins, they're buying Bitcoin, and they plan to hold 5 or 10 years like it's an actual stock, and they're not actually trading it. So again, I think Coinbase is what they're saying is they're seeing what's happening in the market, and they want to kind of sustain and become the one-stop shop where people come in and purchase their first portion of a Bitcoin. Coinbase was also the first exchange that I used as a brand new investor to buy my crypto and Bitcoin, and I think that it's a smart move personally.
Yeah, I'll pick it up from there. I definitely agree with you, Wendy. And I think Coinbase had a nice position the last year. They went public, they had a lot of money, they had a ton of revenue. They didn't really need to make a lot of changes to their products because everything was winning. And why change something that's winning? Well, now market conditions have changed. They had to lay people off. They've had to rescind offers to future employees. And now they're going to have to change their products a little bit to remain competitive. So Binance US also is a firm in the space in the US market that's trying to grow. And they just reduced trading fees to 0 for a few different large pairs. And what does that tell you? Well, they want to get more people into the casino, if you will, or to the exchange. And Coinbase has to do the same thing. They're now going to have to compete against some other people out there. FTX is doing a similar play, just in a different product, right? They're trying to get equities, securities into their products for FTX US. So I think during the bear market, we're going to see more of this. We're going to see trading fees drop. We're going to see new products come on board. We're going to see all these US-based firms become more scrappy and fight for the competitive edge. Give it to you, Zach, but saw Wendy's hand also go up.
Yeah, this is that fee compression that we've been hearing from Wall Street analysts this whole time, right? When they looked at the fundamentals of a Coinbase, they'd say, okay, well, this is great, but just similarly to how online brokerages also saw compressed fees as more people entered the market, those big, fat, juicy fees that Coinbase is bringing in on these trades, they're also going to shrink, right? So I think we're seeing that with this Binance US development, and we're seeing Coinbase sort of respond accordingly. I think Coinbase Pro is really great. It was kind of like the best kept secret in crypto, right? The pro part of it was a bit of a misnomer. Any old schmo could really use it, but you had to know it was a separate thing that operated a bit differently. So the fact that they're bringing it under the same tent does make a lot of sense. But I can imagine a lot of people who felt like Coinbase Pro was a really great product. I can imagine them being angry that it's now being folded into the existing offering from the main Coinbase app. But hey, we'll see how it plays out. Last thoughts to Wendy, and then we'll take a break.
There's some of those people in the YouTube comments right now saying like, why did they get rid of Coinbase Pro?
I mean, it was a great app. It made you feel like you were a prosumer, but really you didn't have to like show your pro crypto card. There was no such thing. So you could use it. You had lower fees, and it was a positive experience for a lot of folks. So I think probably that initial reaction of like, oh, why are you getting rid of this thing that's really cool and that I like and moving it over to the regular app? That sucks. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit misguided, but we'll see what happens.
I feel like that they want to capitalize on Robinhood's success, because a lot of people that, especially what I'm noticing from TikTok, and I bring up TikTok a lot because that is where retail is. It's over on TikTok, it's not on Twitter. And they just want to kind of capitalize on the success that Robinhood had, because Robinhood is very easy. It's not scary. They don't have the candlesticks. They don't have all the crazy indicators. And they just really want to get that market share, in my personal opinion.
Yep. And you know what? You can have the optionality here. You want the advanced, you want the regular, you want the basic. All for you to choose over there in the main Coinbase thing.